Congratulations on your American Music Award, Justin. You the man.
I was 12 years old. I had gotten my braces off a week before. About a week later, I did an At Last cover by Etta James.
Right.
And that was the one that Justin had tweeted out. And he actually tweeted out 3 of my YouTube videos, which was insane.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps.
It was insane. I mean, as a 12-year-old girl who would have died for Justin Bieber.
yes, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was through the roof. I used to wear like purple lipstick on his birthday, so it was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was really.
It's like, what's going on? Did you see Justin Bieber's tweet? And I was like, about what?
I was 12 years old.
He was my lock screen. He was my ringtone. He was my like. The time he was born. Like I was the biggest fan on the planet.
Your nose is big.
My nose is small.
You have a big nose.
Do you still have any sort of relationship?
Yeah, of course. And people ask me this all the time. We spent so many years so close, and I think that we'll always have that sort of like bond that will remain no matter what.
People have been whispering for years about Madison Beer's rise to fame and just how deep Justin Bieber was in the mix. It all started when Madison was just 12 years old, dropping singing videos on YouTube, just like Justin used to. That's what caught his eye in the first place. He was instantly drawn to her talent and wasted no time. He signed her to his label and started working closely with her. But here's the thing. Nobody really knows what went on behind the scenes. And that silence? It speaks volumes. Let's dig into it. Now, we all know Justin has had his share of shady connections in Hollywood. Diddy, Scooter Braun, the whole crew. It's like he was surrounded by trouble. But this time, we're flipping the script. We're looking at his bond with Madison Beer, and let me just say, some of the things I've seen over the years, they don't sit right. There's definitely a pattern here. Some people believe Diddy might have messed with Justin's head early on, and that influence could have bled into how he handled things with Madison. Again, this is all alleged. I'm just piecing together receipts, shady moments, and wild gossip that's floated around for a while now. It's kinda ironic how Justin discovered Madison in the exact same way he got famous, through YouTube covers back in 2012. He didn't just support her, he signed her to Island Records and handed her over to his manager, Scooter Braun. That means everyone around Madison was directly tied to Justin. That's more than just mentorship, that's control. And we're not just speculating here, Justin even tweeted about her talent back in the day saying, "Wow, 13 years old, she can sing. Great job." That was all the way back in 2012, when Madison was still figuring things out. To this day, Madison only says positive things about Justin. But that doesn't mean the story is all sunshine and rainbows. Just like how Justin never says a single bad word about Diddy, he stays silent when it comes to Usher too. And let's not forget, Usher was the one who found Justin on YouTube and opened the doors to Hollywood for him. That silence? It's loud. Now, Madison has always called Justin sweet and says she's thankful for everything he did. But seeing all this laid out, it really makes you think. Especially when you remember how Justin acted toward Billie Eilish. He was always talking about protecting her from the dark side of the industry, saying he didn't want her to go through what he did. So, did he have the same protective energy for Madison, or was it something else?
I didn't see the tweet. My friend Nicole called me and was like, what's going on? Did you see Justin Bieber's tweet? And I was like, about what? She was like, you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, I freaked out and I hung up the phone. I was like hysterically crying outside of a candy store with my mom in the car. And I'm like, what's happening? And we were going crazy. I was just like, okay, when am I gonna wake up right now? Like, what's happening? He was my lock screen. He was my ringtone. He was my the time he was born. Like I was the biggest fan on the planet. So it just felt like what's happening.
Have y'all stayed in touch?
Yeah. We stayed.
Sure, Justin might have been the one to discover her, but Madison was always gonna blow up. She's got the voice, the looks, and a loyal army of fans online. She said, "He gave me a lot of advice, and of course I still keep in contact with him." But she also admits they don't talk that much anymore. He's super focused on his own life, she said. Still, she claims he's been incredible every step of the way. And even now, the stuff he taught her still helps her out. Madison stays respectful, she's grateful, she knows Justin signed her when she was really young, and she recognizes that he was young too. But even then, he acted like a big-time executive, like he was already a full-blown music mogul, just doing his thing, spotting talent, making deals. And don't forget, he was relentless when it came to promoting her. tweeting out her videos left and right like he was her PR team. It's wild to think someone that young had that kind of power. He just saw her online, liked what he heard, and boom, decided she was the next big thing.
I was 12 years old. I had gotten my braces off a week before. About a week later, I did an At Last cover by Etta James.
Right.
And that was the one that Justin had tweeted out. And he actually tweeted out 3 of my YouTube videos, which was insane.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps.
It was insane. I mean, as a 12-year-old girl who would have died for Justin Bieber.
yeah,
I was,
right.
yeah, it was through the roof. I used to wear like purple lipstick on his birthday, so it was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was really.
Even though she was a major fan of Justin, he was clearly caught up in his own grind. Truth is, he probably wasn't even in the right headspace to sign another artist. Madison herself has said Justin wasn't exactly the driving force behind her career. Sure, he helped a bit, he signed her, gave her a platform, but it's not like he was clocking in daily at the studio with her. Still, there was this weird vibe like Justin was playing final boss in her music journey. He was the big name attached to her, but behind the curtain, he wasn't that hands-on. It's like he showed up to crown her, then bounced to focus on his own spotlight. Every time Madison was about to drop new music, guess who had to hear it first? Justin! He'd listen to her tracks before they ever went public, like he had to approve them or something. Now Madison might say they didn't spend all that much time together, but the photos say otherwise. I found tons of receipts showing them hanging out, from random food runs to hiking trips. They were constantly getting snapped by paparazzi. And in one clip I came across, they're out hiking. But Justin just ditches her mid-walk. Like, who does that? Honestly, it lines up with how he moves. We've seen him slam the car door on Haley like it's nothing. Justin doesn't come off as the let me get that door for you type. He's more like, I'll pay someone else to handle that. Real talk. Anyone getting close to him probably knows what to expect.
Congratulations on your American Music Award, Justin. You the man.
Yep, girlfriend.
Justin's kind of hard to keep up with, isn't he? He's in pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah, he's very hard to keep up with.
It's not about chivalry, it's about status. And speaking of shady moves, what I really want to dive into are these blind items. You already know, every Thursday we break them down. But I've got a few today that are just too juicy to wait on. Check this out. One from 2017 says, you would go out with someone too if you were being paid almost $10,000 a week by an organization to stay by his side 24/7 and not let him leave the group. Wait, $10,000 a week just to babysit someone around the clock? That's not a relationship. That's a whole operation. And the fact this came out during the time Madison and Justin were always being spotted together, you can't help but raise your eyebrows. So get this, someone was supposedly writing checks every week to cover that mystery salary. And just like that, hundreds of people were lining up, ready to throw in big money too. It's wild when you look at that blind item, because it really makes it seem like Madison was being used as some kind of handler for Justin. Back when Justin was spiraling out, acting reckless, making headlines, guess who was always nearby? Madison. She was like his emotional anchor. The one person there to help keep him calm enough to keep singing, keep showing up, and most importantly, stay profitable for the label. She even came off like his unofficial spokesperson in 2017. She was out here saying stuff like, Justin's in a really good place. But let's be real. That sounded like a script, like someone coached her to push that message, just to keep the public calm. She said, I'm just happy to see how healthy he is. But behind the scenes, Justin was still a mess, especially with all the drama between Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber unraveling at the same time. They needed someone to be the calm in that chaos, and Madison fit that role perfectly. She gave them a clean headline when things were looking shaky. And it's not like Justin didn't appreciate her. He even brought her up on stage to celebrate her birthday once. That says a lot.
Somebody's birthday, and I think everybody in the audience should sing her happy birthday because it's a really special day for her. Alright? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Now, switching it up a bit, I stumbled on this random Reddit post, and yeah, it's pure gossip, but worth mentioning. Someone claimed that a certain TV star and Justin had a thing way back in 2015. The post says she would have been about 15 or 16, and Justin around 20 or 21. Again, this is all alleged, just online chatter, but folks have pointed out that Justin seems to have a pattern. They even brought up Sophia Richie as another example, though that situation's a whole other rabbit hole. Still, the age gaps and timelines always seem to raise eyebrows. This next part gets real messy, so buckle up. There was a post made about 9 months ago from someone under the name Mud Electrical that spilled even more tea. And honestly, it's worse than people thought. The post says Justin was 20 when pictures came out of him getting real cozy and handsy with Madison in a studio. Now, here's the kicker. That song dropped in April 2014, and Madison had just turned 15 the month before in March. So the math? It's not adding up in a good way. And then there's another layer. Right before Justin went public with Sophia Richie, he allegedly took her on a trip to Japan or somewhere else with lower age of consent laws. That's got people asking, do celebs really do that? Like, travel out of the country to avoid legal issues? That's when things really got uncomfortable. People started Googling stuff like, what's the age of consent in Japan? And found out that as of June 2023, it was just 13. Yes, 13! That left folks straight up speechless. Now listen, Madison isn't a Nepo baby. She didn't come from a powerful industry family. So when she chased her music dreams, she had to do it solo. And guess what? At just 16 years old, she moved to LA by herself to keep working on music. Her family, they stayed back home. That's a lot of freedom for a teenager in a wild city like Los Angeles.
You've been living in LA since you were 16, right? Without any family?
Well, okay, so I moved here when I was 14, and my mom, my brother moved out here as well. And then when I turned 18, my brother's only 15.
Right.
So he still, him getting homeschooled wasn't as easy as me getting homeschooled.
Right.
So she decided to move him back to New York where all of his friends are and stuff, because there wasn't really a need for him to be out here because he's not pursuing music or anything. So she moved back to New York with him when I turned 18. But since I was 16, it's kind of been like them back and forth, bi-coastal, and me here kind of alone.
Do you take advantage of that? Like, do you eat Pop-Tarts all day?
Yeah, pretty much, honestly, yeah.
It's like use no curfew.
You would do.
I would do that. I would do that. I'd eat ding-dongs too. But I mean, like, do you have a curfew? Do you make a curfew? Anything?
I mean, I live alone now. I like have my own apartment and stuff. But my parents have always been super cool with me. I've been working since I was 12.
Right.
So it's kind of like they let me be a kid when I want to be.
Right.
And when I can be. It's kind of rare that I get to actually be a kid these days. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really have a curfew. I could walk in at 3 in the morning and be, I'm like, it's all good. I don't have anyone to yell at me.
Right.
Madison said her mom officially moved in with her when she turned 18. But she's also dropped hints that she had plenty of alone time at 16. So while the PR version says mom joined her at 18, who really knows what the full story is? All we know is a teenage girl living alone in LA, surrounded by grown industry folks with her name already being tied to major celebs like Justin. That sounds like the perfect storm for something shady to happen. Who really knows the full truth behind all of this? But what we do have is a blind item from 2016 that name drops Justin Bieber. And it's wild. It says this: the foreign-born former A-list teen heartthrob turned adult singer is acting more erratic. He told a woman he was hooking up with that she needed to hold the Bible while they were doing it. He also kept telling her that they were unclean. Yeah, that's definitely on the extreme side. Sounds like someone was going through a major mental spiral. And around that same year, Justin posted something on Instagram that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It was a pic of Madison Beer with the caption, "My friend Madison Beer has a bigger nose than me," who agrees. Like, what was that even about? That's not just random, it's mean, especially considering how so many people, including Madison, have opened up about feeling insecure about their looks. I mean, she's undeniably beautiful, but even she's admitted in interviews that being seen as too pretty has actually hurt her emotionally and professionally. It's not always easy when the world's watching your every move.
Anything new with you?
You're so mean. My nose is not big.
It is big.
Your nose is big.
My nose is small.
You have a big nose.
Now it's big. Look at your nose.
It's not.
It's gigantic.
Is this a big nose? You have a big
You
nose.
can smell me from over there.
I can't smell anything.
And we're not done. Another blind item from the same time period came out, and this one, it's straight up dark. It says, I don't know if this alcohol-sounding B-list celebrity wannabe singer did a favor for someone at Instagram, but every page that trashes her disappears within hours. That's suspicious enough on its own, but it keeps going. It also claims this same person was obsessed with an inappropriate book and supposedly made her own explicit video at just 14 years old. Again, this is alleged and all tied to whispers about Madison Beer, who at the time was being linked to the book Lolita, which has a very disturbing reputation. That book story is not okay. It's about control and manipulation of a minor. And the fact that people were even connecting Madison to that story, it stirred a whole new level of internet drama. The following year, things only got messier. This next part really shows where Madison stands when it comes to Justin Bieber. In an interview, she made it crystal clear, saying, "Oh my God, no, never. No, not ever, 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 ever. Like, I'm signed with Justin. There's not much more famous than him. Like, if I was going to date someone for publicity, it would have happened if that was the case. First of all, he's like a big brother. So never. I would never. In a million years." That's a strong shutdown. But let's be real. By this point, Madison was doing major damage control. Justin and Selena Gomez were crashing and burning, and fans were starting to point fingers at Madison, blaming her for stirring the pot. She didn't want any part of that drama, especially while trying to climb out of the B-list scene. Some even say she was closer to C-list back then, hustling for that A-list glow-up. And just when it felt like things were calming down. Instagram behavior got people talking again. One thing folks noticed, Justin's habit of liking photos of other women, but rarely liking Hailey's. One of my friends even posts about this often. Like, she'll show 8 of Hailey's recent posts with 0 likes from Justin, while some random girl's selfie gets the double tap from him right away. And let's not forget, he's definitely dropped comments on Madison Beer's posts. Emojis, replies, you name it. Now hey, we all like to leave a little love sometimes. But people started comparing. One commenter even said, "Man, if I was Hailey, I'd be pissed. He absolutely never ever did anything for her like this."
Justin Bieber was the first person that tweeted you out when you were, what, 12?
Indeed.
Does he still support you to this day? Do you still have any sort of relationship?
Yeah, of course. And people ask me this all the time. We spent so many years so close, and I think that we'll always have that sort of like bond that will remain no matter what. We don't see each other as frequently as we used to, but yeah, he's always someone that I can pick up the phone and call and have, a conversation with if I'm feeling any type of way, and he's great. He's great.
Oh, he picks up and he listens.
He does. And I'm occasionally the one who picks up. He also, I think, values our friendship, and he goes through a lot, and I think that, it's nice that he feels like he can have a friend in me and stuff, and he knows that, I love him for him. So yeah, he's great. He's so supportive, and he's a great.
They went on to say it's always Hailey posting on Justin's page, not the other way around. Any sweet captions? Most likely written by her. Justin doesn't exactly rush to shut down the rumors that he's not all that into Hailey, and that's what's wild. This post is over a year old, and that awkward vibe still hasn't gone away. Now let's rewind to when Justin and Madison were seen together the most, around 2018. And this is where the blind items start getting real intense. Honestly, we need to do a full video just covering the mess between Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, and Hailey Bieber. But for now, here's a wild one that dropped during that time. This is the craziest love triangle thing I've seen in a while. You've got this A-list singer, who's not exactly the best actress, basically being stalked by the head of an organization. That organization, allegedly Hillsong Church, and the man behind the drama, Carl Lentz. The blind item claims Carl was obsessed with Selena, even though he was married. He was supposedly working behind the scenes to break Selena and Justin up without damaging his own bond with Justin. Sounds ridiculous? Maybe not, because later Carl was exposed for cheating on his wife and ended up being kicked out of Hillsong. So yeah, looks pretty legit now. Then there's this one from March 13th, 2018. I used to think it was just drugs, but it's way more. This former A-list tweener told a celebrity girlfriend she was going to hell if she stopped sleeping with whoever he told her to. That is some dark, twisted control right there. Fast forward to August 7th, 2018, and it gets even messier. Another blind reads, the foreign-born former A-list tweener and his celebrity offspring girlfriend are basically living out some disturbing version of a cuckold situation. He can sleep with anyone he wants while she has to stay faithful. She's told to remain pure, read about his hookups, and just get used to it. Yeah, let that sink in. He gets freedom, she gets rules, and the post literally says she's expected to remain chaste, which is just another word for being told to sit back and deal with it. This wasn't just celebrity drama, it was emotional control, masked as a relationship. Let's wrap this up with one last bombshell from October 2018. According to reports, Madison, or someone in her circle, allegedly called the paparazzi and tipped them off about a specific location and time. Very Hailey Bieber-style move, right? So when the paps showed up, all eyes were on Justin, but he wasn't giving anything back. At that moment, Justin was in such a drugged-out state, it supposedly took nearly an hour of shaking him just to get him out of the car. That's not dramatic, that's terrifying. And the pics from that day, honestly, no one even knows where they came from, but when you see them, all you can say is, what the hell? Then you've got another blind item from September 2018, and it's just as grim. It says the B-list celebrity offspring allegedly got the foreign-born former A-list tweener on oxys while he was coming down off meth. That mix? That's reportedly what it took to get him to sign the dotted line, whatever that may have been. It's all alleged, but damn, that's heavy. What's wild is that when you look back at these old blind items, some of them really played out in real life. That's why digging into this stuff never gets old. Now, I need to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Did anything surprise you? Do you think Madison was a handler, a friend, or just caught up in something way bigger? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the drama no one else is talking about. Hit that bell too so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.